so here's the fixture. I'm waiting for some glue to dry to hold this hammer form against kind of the sheet to keep it in place, and also I'm hoping it might help keep some of these boards from splitting open while I'm hammering it. So wanted to show one thing I noticed is that this is the view looking from the side, and you notice that this this little bead dies out right as it gets towards the end, and that's intentional. It does that on the original. But if you look straight across, this edge here doesn't go straight across. It kind of dips down where my sheet metal is out. So I've got a little mark there where I need to cut that off and blend it down. So that's one thing to pay attention to next time. I guess it's not a big deal because I can just cut off the extra. Glad I didn't try and start building this thing inward and have to add metal. So that's kind of my thing I'm thankful for here. So other than that, it looks pretty good. I got one thing I did is I cut this little sample of a good profile bead from the fender section that I cut off, and you can kind of see how it goes right. Actually, this side is not as good, but if we go around on the other side, that is the fit. It fits pretty good. So I think we'll just have to make sure to not hammer this little bead here in too far into the corner, because it's more of a chamfer or a smooth chamfer than it is a hard bead. And so it also have to check and make sure that this sample is accurate compared to the rest of it, because I don't want to hammer it into a form it actually doesn't make. So that's kind of that right there. So I think that's going to work pretty good if I can get it to form clean without making it a bunch of dents and hammer marks. So that actually came off right there. So I think it's pretty accurate. So that should work out. And so I really don't need a whole lot of material. It's just this edge, this flange that bends around here, and this little bead detail, and a little bit of a flat spot. I'm hoping that'll work out pretty good. See how that works. How it looks, since I can't see if it's going to work yet, but there we go, that's better. I'm going to have to blend that down a little bit too. Did not take that into account when I was designing this thing, so that's an interesting thing to learn here. This surface that is built up out, it's built up perpendicular to this main plate curve, and what really happens near down at the end, it blends in at an angle instead of being perpendicular. So it's got to I'm gonna have to blend this edge down a little bit to get it to be smooth, or at least looking smooth from. Bad. I think it's I may want to just smooth. I suppose the real way to do this would be CNC machine this down, but that's not happening for me right now. So, let's see. work pretty good. Still think this edge might be a little high. Yeah, it is. Get rid of these clamps because I think the glue is dry. Let's rotate this around so I can. Alright, just getting some screws in here. I think everything that I'm cutting away from this flange is inboard here, so I don't think I'll have to fill any holes, because that would not be fun. It's here. Should just get two drills. Okay, and I suppose I can get one more. I got plenty of room. Okay, next up is hammering. I suppose we could do it this way. I think I clamp this here. Tempted to put another screw in here, but curve matches up pretty good. So maybe a little high right here, but I think that'll hammer out. Once I weld it up, it's gonna shrink a little bit anyway, and so I'm thinking that's probably okay. And that's there. It's a little high here. I may try and get a clamp or two while I'm hammering just to be safe. And we'll see how that works. Okay, stay tuned.